Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 11th. It is 6:23 a.m. right now. Markets going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly. Just a couple of things here to update. And we should be on our way. All right, looks good. All right, perfect. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And we should be good to go. All right, we have the link sent out right there. All right, I'm gonna get the YouTube link sent out as well. All right, we got some movement right now, guys. And post this in one last place and we should be good to go. All right, looks like we are good to go, guys. So let's see who's here so far. Good morning, guys. Today's Tuesday, April 11th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's gonna open in about 4 minutes. Let's see who's here so far. So morning, Maria. Morning, David. Morning, Ben Hartwig. Morning, Nick. Morning, Martha. Morning, Saren. Morning, D. Morning, Jacob. Morning, everybody. Let's check the charts real quick. So for today's news, let me check the calendar. I don't think there's anything today. Yes, there's nothing today. There was some news at 3 o'clock. Nothing crazy. It's just some NFIB small business index, low impact. I'll just mark it up just in case. So 3 o'clock today, there was news. I'm going to go and mark that up over here. It's always kind of weird to get news that early for US because the market's not even open yet, but it's news. So we'll mark that up there. Go to my FX book real quick. Looking over here on my FX book. There was a red book year over year at 555. And I think that's about it. So we had news at 3 o'clock. We had news at 555. That makes more sense. 555 right here. But again, it's low impact, so nothing crazy. Other than that, we have news at 9 o'clock. It's the WASDE report. 3-year note auction, Fed Barker speaking, or Fed Harker speaking. I think we have a Barker too, Fed Barker and Harker. They speak at later at 1 p.m. So that's like way later. It's not really relevant to us here. And then we have Fed Kashkari speaking in the afternoon. So we just got a lot of Fed members speaking because we have it's Fed week. We have FOMC tomorrow. So that's like when the real big news is coming out, unemployment claims, inflation news, etc. So tomorrow will be the day where a lot of big news comes out. Nothing today too much. I just have a couple news events here, but nothing serious. So see who else is here. Morning, Karen. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Dan. Morning, everybody. Nick said 65% short today. So it looks like we might be looking for some buys. Looking over here at retail sentiment. Yeah, it's currently 65% short at the moment. So with that said, we might be looking for some buys. Looking over here at the fundamentals pre-market are currently up 40 points for the Dow. Nothing too crazy. Pretty neutral right now. S&P's up 4 points, Nasdaq's down 2 points, oil's up less than a percentage, and the VIX is pretty much neutral right now. So other than that, I don't really see too much here in the news with regard to the background for today. Aside from this news event right here, it says S&P 500 futures are a little changed as March inflation reports loom ahead, which happened tomorrow. So not too much of a change today. We'll kind of just wait and see where this ends up going. But market is going to open in about 1 minute, guys. So we'll be waiting for that. Hey, T, how's it going? Morning. Morning, AR. Morning, Glenn. Morning, guys. All right, looks like mostly everyone's here so far. Morning, Gaku. Market is opening in about 30 seconds. All right, so we'll see where this ends up taking us shortly. Couple pre-market entries right here. Lower low, buy signal. Quick buy entry right there. Full TP. A couple pre-market entries right here. There's one right there, and then another one right here. Another full TP right there as well. But two back-to-back entries. I think Maria actually marked these up for us. So thanks, Maria, for showing us that. And there we go, guys. Market is now open. So let's see where this ends up taking us. I'm going to go and mark up opening price right there. We'll see where this ends up going. So there's no room for entry right here, guys. There's no higher high. There's a lower high in between. So there's no room for entry right here. We just got to wait for something here to establish basically a new higher high, which is setting up right there. And we'll see if that provides us any possible entry on the way back down. Here's a clean chart. Let me go and mark up opening price over here real quick. So we got opening price right there. Mark up 630 and then mark up 8 o'clock right there. All right, so with that said, market is now open. We'll follow this along, see where this ends up taking us. But at the moment, we have nothing for us to take right now. There goes a higher high. So we'll see where this goes. Looking over here on all of the time frames. So looking over here on the 4-hour, price is currently bullish. You can see prices above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up. We have the same thing over here on the 1 hour. So it's pretty much bullish on all the time frames. We have a very strong bullish bias for the technicals over here. So very bullish on the 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, also bullish on the 10-minute, 5-minute, and the 1 minute here is moving kind of crazy. So let's be a little careful right now looking for entries. I mean, price can easily shift, but at the moment, it looks pretty bullish to me across all the time frames here. It looks like price may be rejecting off the pivots across the 5, 10, and 4 hour. So with that said, I mean, we might get a correction back to the upside. Other than that, looks like we have a possible entry right here, but this candle is way too big. So I don't know if this is something I would personally take myself. If I will, I'll probably hold off for a little bit before actually taking entry because I want to wait for that possible retracement and confirmation of pullback. So price might pull back right here after this candle. I'm not going to enter right away, of course. Yeah, as you guys can see, price is kind of moving a little crazy. So I'm not looking to enter right away. I haven't entered the trade because the candle was just way too big. We'll see if it comes back down. So whenever the candle is big like this is where I typically set like a sell stop and just wait for the price to come back down from where it's currently at. The volatility here is a little crazy, so I'm gonna maybe give it a few for it to stabilize a bit. Oh, that was quick. Okay, so I don't know what happened. This like the slippage on this is crazy. It actually filled my order and then it pulled me out. So it only gave me 610 on this trade, guys. I had my sell stop waiting right there. As I mentioned, I waited for it to pull back a little bit. It like filled my order and then kicked me out like right away. I'm not sure if anyone else got into the position there, but yeah, I'll take a screenshot of my account here. I don't know what happened. I'm just not going to count the trade, guys, because I don't know if this trade closed out properly, but the slippage or something happened. Just here, I'll show you guys my trade or my profits. So I don't know exactly what happened. I put a sell stop there and it just closed me out like super quickly. So we're starting to count the trade there. I know I have a win, but I'm not going to count the trade because it just wouldn't play out properly. As you guys can see right here, I locked in 610, 710, 310, 360, 360 across my account. I don't know if anybody else had that happen to them. That was weird. I had my sell stop there. I guess like it probably triggered my order. It spiked down, closed me out because it got close to the TP and then it didn't actually play out. It's just too volatile. Christian said he got it. Jacob said he didn't get the full TP. I didn't get the full TP there. It was weird. Jacob said he went in and it closed TP. Yeah, we had the same issue, Jacob. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That typically doesn't happen. I didn't realize it even filled. Christian said he got in with the discount, got his full TP. Okay, it's all good, guys. I'm not going to count this trade. I was going to count it if it would have filled like normally, but it didn't fill normally for me. It just got me in and then it pulled me out for a quick profit. It happened so quickly. So we'll wait for the next one, guys. You know, the market's moving a little crazy right now and open. All right, so we currently have that right there. We possibly had a buy coming back up right here, but the buy signal never came up. And this market's kind of trippy right now. I was expecting today to be a little calm, but it's definitely not calm. As you guys can see, market is kind of all over the place, which is surprising because there's no news today. I mean, aside from the news pre-market, there's no other news going on. So let me take individual screenshots of my profits real quick. Again, guys, I know I locked in profit off this and it technically hit my TP, but I'm not going to count the trade. I just want to be transparent with you guys because that was a weird trade. If it played out normally, I would have counted it, but it didn't play out as expected. I don't think many people got into the trade either or had the opportunity to. All right, so here are my individual profits. $360. Man, MFF has been not so great lately. I don't know if anybody's having the same issue as me, but they haven't been giving me like they've been giving me partial profits for like the past month now, which is getting kind of annoying because they're getting kind of similar to like TFF. I mean, they're still giving me profits, but it's half profit every time. I haven't gotten a full profit from TFF or from MFF in I think about a month now. So let me show you guys my profits real quick. All right. So here is okay, so here's my main FTMO account locked in 610. Here is my FTMO number 2, locked in 710. Here's my TF or MFF number 1, locking a total profit of 310. Here's my MFF number 2, 360, and then my MFF number 3, 360 as well. So I'm not going to count the trade, guys. I did lock in profit, but I'm not going to count the trade because it was just such a crazy move. It basically filled my order. It went straight to my TP, but it didn't actually hit TP over here on TradingView. So that's why I'm not going to count it because even though I made profit, I don't want to be counting trades that aren't necessarily meeting criteria with TP and all that. So I'm going to go and delete this alert right here. Let's put something smaller, or let's look at everyone else's profits first. Jacob over here, total profit of 2,163. Nice work, Jacob, off that there. We have Christian over here, total profit of 530. Nice work, Christian. Yeah, solid work, guys, for the most part. Just going to put a small description here so that you guys know, where these profits came from. You guys want to go back and review. But yeah, crazy trade. We're still looking for another entry here, guys, so don't worry. There should be more entries on the way. It's just the market's moving kind of volatile right now, so you want to be a bit careful with these entries. All right, so we don't have a higher high or a lower low here anywhere. We're looking for a higher high to establish somewhere around here, and then we'll look for price to come back down for entry, but we just don't have that yet. So no rush. We're just waiting for these opportunities to appear. All right. So no entry for us right now. Let me check the chat real quick. Let's see. So Jacob said, I want US30 to go down. I'm in a short since this morning. I run MFF for my daily trading, not scalping, so I don't see an issue. Kip said the key for me is that I use the worst broker as my main account and copy to others. MFF getting 10 points will get you 1220 on FTMO. Yeah, I might do that too, Kip, because it seems like that's the case. Because if the TP still hits on whichever one of those brokers, typically FTMO has the advantage with regard to execution and spread. So we have a sell signal right here, guys, but there's no entry. There's no higher high over here. We need to have a higher high before we can get that sell entry, or else it won't qualify as an actual entry for us. I'll put the criteria up here. So we're looking for a higher high right now, and then a valid sell signal right after. Also, we want to make sure that price is breaking and closing past the pivots over here, which we do not personally have yet. Hey, Kenneth, how's it going, bro? Good to see you here, man. So I was wondering when you're going to hop on. Let's see, Glenn over here as well. Glenn said, more inclined to take buys today. Yeah, same here, Glenn. So the reason why we're looking to take buys here, guys, is because the overall bias here is bullish. So looking over here on the time frames, the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 30 minute are currently bullish. As you guys can see, prices above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up. So it looks like overall trend over here is bullish. So, for whatever reason, if price comes down, it's likely to bounce right back up. Looking over here on the shorter time frames, it's also bullish. So with that said, the 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute time frames are also above the pivots, trend meters green, and the pivots are angling up, right? So with that said, we have a very strong bullish bias right now with regard to the higher time frames and the lower time frames. On top of that, if you look at retail sentiment is currently 65% short. This indicates that 65% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and buy, right? We're contrarian traders here, not looking to trade where everybody else is trading, because majority of people do fail at trading. So if everyone's failing taking sells, obviously we're going to want to take buys here and do the opposite. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently up 49 points right now. So it's not up to our criteria. We need this to be above 100 points in order for it to be a strong fundamental bullish bias. Right now, it's still neutral to bullish, but this can easily change, as a matter of time. So we just got to wait for this to continue pushing along. And then from there, we'll see where we can take this. But anyways, at the moment, there's no entries for us to take right now. Sisuk mentioned, keep in mind, IMF is all day and 3 FOMC later today. Add in Trap Tuesday coming in from holiday 4-day week. Yeah, not necessarily a smooth market for us today. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. This is FOMC, so we have a lot of stuff coming along. Not necessarily today, but tomorrow. We have 3 Fed speakers today. Let me go to the calendar real quick. So today we have Fed member Goolsbee speaking at 10:30 a.m. It's not happening right now, but in a couple hours, Fed member Goolsbee is going to be speaking. Right after that, we have Fed member Harker at 3 p.m. And then we have Fed member Kashkari speaking at 4:30. So probably not a good time to trade in the afternoon today. Just to keep in mind, the Fed is speaking. They're going to be discussing the economy, the inflation, the recession, etc. We have the inflation news coming out tomorrow. Core price index tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. This is one of the big news events this week. CPI monthly, CPI yearly, core CPI monthly. And then we have FOMC meeting minutes later today as well. So just a lot of stuff to keep in mind, guys. It's a heavy news week. See, Nick posted this link right here. Yeah, so this is what I had open earlier. It says stocks open, a little change as investors await March inflation report. Yeah, which happens tomorrow. So that's why I was expecting the market to be a little bit flat today, because the inflation news doesn't come out until tomorrow. There's not really much news today aside from the Fed speakers. So price is pushing up as anticipated. What I kind of see happening here is I probably see price getting manipulated to the upside and then making it crash back down tomorrow when the inflation news comes out, because the inflation news is not supposed to be positive, right? So this here is not going to be good news. High impact news tomorrow, CPI monthly, CPI yearly, or CPI. Definitely not expecting this to be positive. As you guys can see over here, CPI from last month was 0.4% monthly. I'm forecasting it to be 0.2%. I'm expecting it to be worse. So, I mean, we'll see. We can't really predict news. News is news. You can be pretty clearly set in one direction, but price can do the complete opposite. So, yeah, I think tomorrow probably expect overall a drop. So they're kind of pumping price right now, so that when price comes back tomorrow is going to correct, right? So like looking over here, I mean, on the 4 hour, it's not too obvious because it's been pretty much consolidating. So you can't really tell here that price has really been pumped too much, right? Because price has just been going sideways. There's nothing really going on here in the 4 hour. So the 4 hour here is pretty useless. I mean, for the most part, if you're looking for that manipulation to the upside and then drop back down, the 1 hour is a little more obvious. So even though the 1 hour here is also going sideways, you guys can see here that price will probably just keep pushing up a little higher. And then it's probably going to correct back down to where it's supposed to be, which is middle of this here. So you guys can see the range from up here and down here. Price might push up a little bit. And then tomorrow when the news comes out, it's probably going to come right back down. It's just going to correct back to where it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be too high right now. There's just nothing really pushing price up aside from, just the overall bias. But it shouldn't push up too much. So anyways, we'll see where this ends up going. This is kind of a good thing that price is being manipulated, because it gives us opportunity to take trades in both directions, because we actually want price to get pumped up a bit so it gets overextended. So for example, here, price is a bit overextended, right? We have a higher high right here, which can be identified as a top possibly. If we get a sell signal that breaks and closes past the pivots right here, we can ride that down for a quick little sell. So we're scalping here. It's not a big deal that price pushes up like this, but as you can see, price is a little overextended. The lows right here, the lower low, the higher high is right here. So if you were to measure the distance from this point to here, it's not too overextended. I think when it's over 1,000 pips, that's when it becomes overextended. Right now it's up 680 pips. So it's almost there, but it's not there yet. Typically around 1,000, 1,500 pips, that's where it starts to be a bit overextended. Right now it's still kind of normal. So I wouldn't be surprised if price kind of consolidates here a bit, or even just retraces slightly before continuing back up. So like right here, push to the upside, retracement, continuation. So here we go. Not much for us to take right now, but we're still looking for a sell. So the main thing that we're looking for here is we're looking for this to come back down. Currently have the higher high right here. Looking for this to come back down below the pivots, breaking close below it, and provide entry for a sell. But right now we just don't have anything. As you guys can see, price is just going sideways. All right, so you can see it's kind of rejecting off the same point right here. There's another rejection point right here, basically a double top. Higher high right there, higher high right here, basically a double top. Price can come down from this point where it's currently at. It doesn't necessarily have to, but it can. So I'm just giving you guys the opportunity here to identify this and see this as a possible swing to the downside, but it doesn't necessarily have to. But that's kind of what we're looking for right now anyways. We're looking for price to come back down. If price pushes up higher, it's going to establish a new higher high. So this is just going to get pushed up higher from where it's currently at, which is completely fine. We actually want it to be overextended. The more overextended, the easier it'll be for us to take entry. All right. There we go. This price pushes up higher, completely fine. There goes a higher high. This here just got pushed up a bit further. So at this point, we're just going to establish this as a higher high. So let it push up higher from where it's currently at. Once it pushes up, I'll draw another structure up there. All right, there goes the structure. We'll look back, see if there's any other times where price kind of rejected off this point. It's actually really overextended. So I'm right here on the 1 minute chart. As you guys can see, price actually has not been up here in a long time. Okay, so the last time price was up here was on the 4th. It's been like over a week. If I scroll in a little bit, you guys can see the last time price was up here, price faked out. So right here, you can see price came up to the same exact price point, faked out right there, and came down super hard. So we'll see, this might be the reversal pattern right here that we're looking for. We have the higher high right there, and then we have a V1 variation that's possibly setting up right here. All right, so as you guys can see here, we have the higher high. We have the double body rejection right there. This could be a reversal pattern to the downside. So we got the V1 right there, V1 variation. I'm not going to take the trade, of course, but I just want to show you guys that's a reversal pattern. So we'll see if price drops down below. If we get a sell signal that breaks and closes below the pivots right here, then we have possible entry for a sell. It's not available yet, but it is currently pending. All right. Higher high right here, guys. Looking for that sell signal to break and close past the pivots. If we get that, then possible entry for a sell. Possibly ride this back down to opening price right here. So price gets down from that point, I'm expecting it to come down, retest opening price down there. Again, you guys have to wait for the candle to actually close. You got 5 seconds left on this candle, no entry. Here goes another candle. Let's see if we get that push down to the lower side over here. If we get that, then look for the sell signal. Again, you guys have to wait for the candle to close. So make sure you wait for that sell signal to actually close. I think we'll get a sell signal here if price drops a bit lower. There we go with the sell signal. So pending sell signal right here off this candle. You guys saw the alert. We're just waiting for it to close below this blue line right here. So we don't have it yet, but that is what we are waiting for. Sorry, I turned off the indicator. Indicator's right here. So we have a pending sell signal right here on this candle. As you guys can see, we have that sell signal. Again, it needs to close below the blue line, guys. So make sure it closes below the blue line. If it doesn't close below the blue line, then there's no entry. I'd rather have this not close at all and provide another opportunity for it to come down lower. So if the candle closes, there's not going to be entry for us there. All right, we have another pending sell signal right here. Again, guys, we need price to break and close below the blue line right here. If this doesn't happen, then there's no entry. You got to wait for it to actually close. We got a lot of time, 40 seconds left on this candle. So sit tight, wait for this to actually confirm. Once it confirms, then we have entry. We got 30 seconds left on the candle. All right. Price is below. Again, guys, you have to wait for it to actually close. If it doesn't close, there's no entry here. We've got 15 seconds left. Getting that rejection off that point. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We got the close right there. So I didn't get in yet, guys, because the candle's a little big. I'm going to put a sell stop right there, catch it as it comes down. Let's see, where is it at? All right, it's filled for me. Got him right at opening at entry price. I'm going to watch my screen, make sure I'm following it to see where it goes, because obviously, you know, the market today is kind of all over the place. I think target price point for this will probably be opening price. Looks like it hit full TP already. So it spiked down a TP right there. I mean, target price point right here. I mean, if price does continue dropping, is going to be opening price down there. Let me see where it's currently at. Price is dropping a little further. Yeah, full TP off that right there, guys. So if you guys caught that, great. If you guys didn't, if you guys are still in it, it looks like it's going to push down even further right there. Full TP. There you go. Full TP, guys. So as you guys can see, this strategy works very simply, right? I told you exactly what's going to happen. I said, okay, we have a higher high right here, establish the high. I said we get that sell signal, breaking close below it, target price point, opening price. Look where price is going. I'm a fucking wizard. No, it's easy. All right, guys. So there we go. So great work, guys. If you guys caught that, full TP on that. Yeah, Richard said full TP. Let's go. Definitely, guys. Yeah. So guys, these patterns, they repeat themselves, right? It's not like I'm doing anything out of the ordinary. Like I literally told you exactly what was going to happen. I said, we had a higher high right here. I said, wait for the candle to break and close below the pivots 1 and 2, price broke and closed below it. I said, okay, enter the trade right here, waited for the retracement, took that, came right back down. We went exactly to where I said it was going to go, right? I wouldn't be surprised if price bounces off this point, because these like price points act as magnets. So just, just follow along, guys. It's not that difficult. Great work. If you guys caught that full TP, finally got my green strip. Okay, so that gave me the green strip. I'm going to check on my MFF. Hopefully that thing gave me a full TP as well. But yeah, guys, if you guys follow my analysis, the analysis almost always plays out perfectly, especially if you have it lined up like this. Like, I think this was a perfect entry. We didn't get any consolidation. Price kind of came down for what it was here. We established the top here. We had a V1 variation reversal pattern. We already knew price was going to come down. So that's a nice word, Gandalf. I know, right? All right, guys. Nick said one more trade and I'll be back to break even from losses the week before the last. Nice work. Yeah, Maddie said TP, boys. Glenn caught it. All right, guys. Congrats, everybody. If you guys caught that trade, nice work. Let's wait for the next one. Just gotta wait. So it's just, as I mentioned, guys, this trading game it's all about patience. If you guys can wait for those perfect entries, your trades are going to come. It's just really being patient, waiting for them to come, because they're going to come eventually. It's just a matter of time. Here's Maria. She said full TP on the last one, total profit of 434 for the day. Great work, Maria. So Maria caught that trade right there as well. Solid work. We have Jacob over here. Saw that push to the downside right there. Total profit of 3,400 for the day. Nice work, Jacob. Looks like Jacob's going to hold on to it. Yeah, I mean, other target price points going to be down here, guys. So if you guys are still holding on to it, this is the next target price point right here. I'm looking for that stop loss hunt, right? So where people's stop loss is sitting, they're sitting right here at the previous swing. So if you guys are still holding it, this is next price point for it to possibly test. Well, first the sessions. I think sessions will be first, and then this area. So basically this whole area right here, I'm expecting price to come down and touch it if it continues to drop. Jacob over here currently up 6,693 for the day. Nice work, Jacob. So as you guys can see, a lot of people here profited. Christian over here as well. Christian is currently up 555 for the day. Nice work, Christian. All right, guys, solid work. Some more profits over here. We got Dijon currently up 910 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Dijon. You broke the curse, bro. Dijon always has a loss for his first trade. You can see over here, 45. Right here, he's up, all wins the other day. So if you look at Dijon's trades, it's funny because it sucks, but it always happens to him. He's like cursed. His first trade is always a loss, no matter how big or how small. But today he got past that. So nice work, Dijon, with locking that in. Eunice over here currently up 121 for the day. Nice work, Eunice. So solid work right there. And that's about it for now, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. so that we can look for the next entry. Just gonna clean it up. There's nothing for us to take right now. There's Chow. Chow took the 2 trades with us this morning as well. Current profit of 770 for the day. Nice work, Chow. All right, guys. So as you guys can see, a lot of profits across the board right now for everybody in the group. I'm gonna go and take a screenshot of my own profits. There goes the first target, right, guys? So earlier I marked the target right here. Price did exactly what we anticipated, right? Look at these sessions, guys. So like these sessions act as like magnets. So basically all of these horizontal lines right here, these are magnets. So if you're looking for where price is likely to come to, it's going to be any of these horizontal lines right here. So if you guys lock in profits, great. We got David over here, total profit of 2280 for the day. Nice work, David. I'm going to go and take a screenshot of all my accounts. So all my accounts are up pretty decent today so far. Nothing crazy, but pretty decent. So let me go ahead and post my profits over here real quick. Van Harwig over here, take a screenshot of my face. If you guys can see in the Zoom. Little Gandalf picture over there, this wizardry. Let me take a screenshot of my individual accounts. So just quick screenshots real quick, and then we will be good to go. That's a good one. I need to save that. Save that. So Van Harwig, take this picture of me right there, Gandalf. Nice one. All right, I'm gonna go and take a screenshot of my profits real quick, guys, and we'll move on to the next one. So looking for entries here, guys. All right, we have a lower low here, so this is perfect. You guys can see right here, all the lines that I drew, price went exactly to that point. It pretty much went on a stop loss hunt. As you guys can see, this is where people place their stop losses at the previous swings. This is the liquidity that I was going over yesterday. So if you guys sat in on the mentoring session yesterday, I covered liquidity. And it did exactly what we covered yesterday. I forgot who asked about it yesterday during the mentoring session, but whoever asked about it, you guys can see right there, it played out exactly how I mentioned it yesterday. I just identify where people place their stop losses, and that's where I identify liquidity. So played out perfect. As I mentioned, liquidity it's not like you can't be a beginner to trade liquidity like that. You have to know what you're doing. So that's why I don't really teach it to people. But if you guys want to see how I identify liquidity, review the mentoring session from yesterday. And just a reminder, the mentoring sessions are free, guys. So you don't have to pay for the mentoring session. So if you guys want to learn anything from me, you guys can attend the mentoring session, ask whatever questions. Like the mentoring session is open to the public, so anybody's welcome to come and ask me whatever questions they want. Again, if you guys are new here, just go to the YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/KodiKaiTrades. Click on live right here, or just go to home, or live. If you go to live right here, go to this one, mentoring session from April 10th, and I go over exactly how I take liquidity trades right here. So you could have taken a trade right here, entered a sell when price reached this point, and took that for a quick, 100 pips or so, basically to the next level. CJ said collecting pips is like Pokemon today, right? I know. The market's actually moving pretty decent. I wasn't expecting it to be very volatile today, but it is moving pretty decent, which is a good thing, for all of us. So I'm just going to screenshot one more of my accounts, and then we're good to go. So there's no entries for us right now, guys. We do have a lower low right here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit so you guys don't have a mess. Looking for price to push right back up. As price pushes up right here, we'll look for that possible buy signal so we can ride this back to the upside, but not forcing anything. So again, you guys want to wait for possible entry here. All right, I finally took a screenshot of my profits. We got a pending buy signal right there, guys, but it's not past the pivot, so it doesn't look like we'll have entry yet. But we'll see. If it closes above the pivots, we'll have entry. But again, guys, you guys have to be very patient waiting for this to actually push above. So here are my profits so far. Here is my, all right, let's wait for this real quick before I go over my profits. We have 15 seconds left on this candle. It's got a ways to push right here. It's not exactly above it yet, but we got about 8 seconds left here. Okay, so it didn't close above the pivots, guys. Unfortunately, no entry there. Would have been a nice entry. It looks like it would have shot straight to TP, but it did not close above the blue pivot right here. So unfortunately, there's no entry for us. So it looks like it's going to hit TP, but there is no entry for us there. It's all good. Again, like I mentioned, guys, it's all about discipline and patience, waiting for these perfect entries. This would have been a perfect entry, but it didn't close above the pivot. So criteria wasn't met. No entry for us there. Although it looks like it would have hit TP if it did close above it. So it's all good. So here's a weird thing. I have my pivots on my MT4 and it actually closed above it. I don't know. So yeah, because I pretty much ported this indicator over to MT4. I'm assuming it's the data. The data is just different. This data is more accurate, of course, because the FTMO data is not from the exchange. It's from FTMO. So it's all good. I mean, either way, we're basing everything off the trading view chart. So there's no entry there, guys. All right, so on to the next one. Here are my profits so far for the day. So here's my main FTMO account with the green strip. Finally got my full TP right there, closed out. Total profit of 1,720 off this account. Here is my FTMO number 2, total profit of 1,820, all wins. Here's my MFF number 1, total profit of 1,120, all wins as well. MFF number 2, total profit of 1,170. And my MFF number 3, total profit of 1,170. So for the day so far, just 2 trades taken. Running up 1720, 1820. 1120, 1170, 1170. Total profit of 7,000 for the day. Not bad. Across all of my accounts. So pretty decent day so far. I'm gonna go and send this over to the group. Let's see, we got Lucas over here. So Lucas said caught the W. Lucas total profit of 742 for the day. Nice work, Lucas. It's a great profits right there. We have Nick over here, total profit of 639 for the day. Nice work, Nick. Solid TP on that. We got Vincent over here, first account total profit of 2,181 for the day, all wins. Nice full TPs right there, Vincent. And then Vincent took his strategy right here as well. So if you guys remember, Vincent has another way of applying the strategy. He took the entry right here when it broke and closed past pivot 3. And I can just tell because he has a screenshot right here. He took, the same exact trade that I just marked up. Total profit of 2,942 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Vincent. Looks like he pulled this one a little early or maybe got caught in some slippage, but nonetheless, locked in some really good profit for the day so far. Here's Maddie over here, currently up 1,881 for the week. Nice work, Maddie. All right, guys, so great work. I mean, everyone's doing pretty great so far. If there's any more profit that you guys want to share with the group, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, we'll continue looking for more entries along the way. So see where this ends up taking us, but yeah, pretty much just gonna play through. Yeah, Jacob said, I'm glad I left the trade. Yeah, no, me too, Jacob. Jacob was in the sell earlier, ended up at 250 pips. Yeah, that's good. You got stopped out in profit. Yeah, it's hard to intraday trade US30, guys, because there's a lot of back and forth movement. I think the best way to trade right now, because of the current market conditions, is scalping. So, I mean, we've been scalping and we've been locking in profits, all throughout the past, 5 to 7 years now trading live. But I think this is going to be our year to really excel. Like I think scalper is going to make the most profit this year because it's a back and forth market, right? It's easy for us to just get in and out when price is going back and forth in between these pivots versus holding on to a trade for too long. Because price can easily just shift right back on you when you least expect it, just like it did right here. So, I mean, everyone's trading style is fine. You know, as long as you guys are profitable to trading style. I just think that scalping is going to be like the main trading style that's going to excel this year. So we've been scalping for years, so this is like nothing new to us. And I think it'll be beneficial for the rest of the year. I think for the next couple of years, actually, because we're going to this recession. So as we go into this recession, markets can be very volatile. And I think it's gonna be easier to get in and out of trades very quickly, especially for these quick moves that we're waiting for. Yeah, see Jacob said I entered a bit earlier than you guys, but same setup. Yeah, definitely Jacob. So glad you locked in some good profits off that. Anyways, looking for an entry here, guys. There's nothing for us to take at the moment. We currently have a lower high establishing right here. In order for us to have entry, we need to have a higher high. So until we get that, there's no entry for us to take right now. It's just going to be a matter of time until something else comes up. All right. So yeah, guys, if you guys are new here, so just, I know a lot of you guys here are new. We get new people in the group almost every day. If you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies, just go to the website, kodikaitrades.com. Again, that's kodikaitrades.com. Click on unlock your free access right here. And when you click on that, it'll give you access to the course. So this is what the course looks like. If you guys want to learn this high-level momentum scalp that we just took pretty much on all these live sessions, just scroll down to module 4. It's going to be the first strategy right here, high-level momentum scalp strategy. And then we have a couple of the strategies here that we used to apply every day, but I'm just focusing on one strategy now because it's the easiest out of them all. If you guys want to learn other strategies like this strategy that I mentioned up here, this is the variation V1. We have a higher high, it's a double body right there. And this is a reversal pattern. If you want to learn the strategy here, where you can take this for some pretty crazy profits. I mean, you can do this for like a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 if you really wanted to, or 1-to-2, 1-to-3. You can go over here as well to the course, scroll down to the bottom, go to scalp strategies, and which is down here. It's going to be called the variation V1. So it's variation V1, variation V2, variation V3, the high-low scalp, which a lot of people apply, pivot scalp, which a lot of people apply, the triple confluence, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, typically does not lose. So lots of opportunities there. And I provide this stuff all completely free, guys. I don't really care about, I'm not really here to sell you guys anything. My main profits come from trading. So this kind of helps me too. So like me sharing my strategy with you guys, it helps me understand what works best and what doesn't, and what needs fixing. So like if you guys are applying my strategies and they're not working for you, I can easily just go over the strategy with you and I can figure out what needs to be adjusted to make it better. So, I mean, that's basically how our strategies here got so good, because so many people use them. And whenever people run into problems applying the strategies, I'm able to make adjustments. I've been trading for over 10 years, so I kind of know how to make changes to make a strategy better. So it goes full circle. I help you guys help me. I'm not really looking to sell you guys anything because I don't really like to teach very much anyways. I feel like teaching is really draining, especially, so I don't really like to mentor anymore. I do like one mentoring session a week, but I don't really do one-on-ones anymore. Let's see. Jacob said retesting that top only means one thing, higher high incoming. Yeah, exactly, Jacob. So here's the cool thing. Now that we have a lower high right here, Jacob, we don't need price to to break past this higher high anymore. We just need price to break past this lower high. So price doesn't need to go up here to establish a higher high. We just need price to break past this now, which is lower. So we'll let price break past here, establish, a new higher high right here. And then from there, let this come down. So yeah, this is actually better. I prefer this because now that we're getting, like, price is starting to squeeze, it's just going to prepare for another breakout, right? That's kind of what we're looking for here. So I actually like when price starts to squeeze like this. And if you guys don't know what a squeeze means, it means when price starts to get tighter. So like basically, We have the higher high right here, price starts to get tighter this way. And then we have the lower low right here, price starts to get tighter this way, right? So when price starts to squeeze into this triangle, it's going to break out one way or the other. So I prefer that because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for price to swing, right? Price is above right now. We're looking for a higher high. We get that higher high, price swings down below, breaks and closes below the pivots. We ride that lower back to opening price. So it's the same pattern. Like if you guys have traded something long enough, like we've been trading US30 live or YM, whatever you want to call it, for like 5 years now, over 5 years. If you guys go to my YouTube channel and you guys go to live over here, you guys will see that I have like over 1,000 videos. So if you go over here and you just look at the playlist, so if you click on the playlist here and you go to live videos, or where's it at? Yeah, live videos. You guys will see here that this is actually this video. Yeah, if you go to the playlist here, you guys will see that I have over, well, just for these live trading videos, I have over 628 videos. So if you guys want to go back and see how we traded US30 last year or year before that, you guys can pull it up. We've been trading it exactly the same. So it's all about consistency. If you guys find a way to trade like your specific trading style, just stick to it. And you guys will get better at it no matter what. It's just all about repetition. So right now, guys, we don't have a higher high. We currently have a lower high right here. We need price to push past this area. So basically above this line right here, if price can push past this, this blue line right here, then it's going to establish a higher high. And that's what we need in order for us to have entry here. We can't take anything off a lower high. We need a higher high or a lower low. It's like literally first step here. So until we get that, no entry for us here. And we pretty much just got to wait for it. So here's a cool thing. If price pushes up a little higher, I mean, not too high, but a little high, the cool thing here is that it's going to establish a resistance. That's kind of what I like to see as well, because if we see price kind of pushing above this area, you guys can see over here that there's already a couple tests. There's one test right here. There's two tests right here. This is basically a triple top. And then right here, you can see that there's a fake out, right? Price pushed up right here. We got the reversal pattern here, V1 variation, and then price came down super hard. So if we get another, if we get another higher high right here, like something like this, another reversal pattern, then you can probably expect it to come down super heavy, right? And all this stuff is speculative. There's no specific strategy for this type of trading. This is just like my experience and my ability to identify patterns that just keep repeating themselves, because it's just the same pattern. You guys will see over here too, like the same thing happened down here, right? Price came down right here. This is a V2 variation, or a V3, actually V3 variation right here. Price came up, reversal pattern came all the way up to the upside. So it's just the same pattern, just keep repeating themselves, especially for US30. I feel like US30 is like one that's easy to predict, because it's just the same thing, especially if you trade at the same time every day. It's the same type of movement. So if this pushes above this zone right here, then it's going to establish a higher high. So just watch for price right here as it pushes up a little higher, and we'll see where this ends up going. All right, price isn't there yet. Okay, so there's a little bit of a squeeze happening right here. So as I mentioned before, when price starts to squeeze, it just starts to go sideways. As you can see right here, this is basically the squeeze. Well, it's not really a squeeze right now. It's more of a consolidation phase. If this starts to get tighter and tighter, then it's going to be a squeeze. It needs to get a bit tighter. Right now, price is just ranging. It's ranging from this high to this low. So you can see right here, price rejected off this point, came down, rejected off this point, and then it's just going sideways. This is the type of market that you don't want to trade in, because when price starts to range like this, it's preparing for a breakout. It's going to break out to the top or it's going to break out to the bottom. So you want to be a little careful with this here. This is kind of what I want to happen here. I want price to push up above here, establish a higher high. And then when it establishes a higher high here, I want another pattern like this to play out, a V1 variation, so that we can get that fake out reversal and then come right back down here where we can make entry for a sell. Right. So I'm basically looking ahead to see, like, this is kind of what I want to happen. If it doesn't happen, that's fine, because we can still look for another entry. But this is kind of best case scenario. Or we can see the opposite too. The reason why we can't look for the opposite right now is because we currently have a pending sell signal. So like what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to either do this, come up, fake out, and come back down. But we can also look for the opposite. If we get a sell signal here, we can look for price to come down below here, fake out, and swing right back up, right? Because that's kind of what I see happening. I just see price going back and forth within this area. Here's the zone again that I drew. You guys can see that it's not really, it's doing exactly what I just mentioned, right? So price over here pretty much came up here, tested, came down, tested, and it's just ranging. It's just going sideways. So what you want to expect here is the breakout, because the breakout is going to happen, whether you want, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen at some point. And that's kind of just the gist of what we're expecting here. 6:20 right now, so it's about 40 minutes till 8 o'clock, guys. Hoping we get one more entry before then, but I'm not going to force anything, of course. All right, let me see if there's anything going on over here that's like causing market to do nothing. Not really. So looking over here, it's pretty much split. So the Dow's currently up 72 points. The S&P is down less than a point. NASDAQ's down 40 points. Russell 2K is up 13 points, and the VIX is currently up less than a percentage point. So just looking over here across all the indices, it's pretty much flat across the board. There's not really much going on. Nothing's one-sided. Everything's either neutral or moving towards a direction. But realistically, there's not much going on. Looking over here at sentiment. Sentiment is currently 66% short. Nothing too crazy. It's just the same thing that was earlier. So, okay, we have the higher high right here, guys. We have that higher high right there. Let's see if we can get a sell signal breaking, closing back past these pivots over here. If we get that possible entry for a sell, the only thing here that's kind of worrying me a little bit is the fact that price is in this range. You really don't want to be in this range, but depending on where the TP is going to be, there could be enough push to get to your TP before it bounces back. Like, for example, right here, see where the TP is right here? If price pushes down to this area, it can technically hit your TP before coming right back up. But there's no sell signal here, so there's no entry for us yet. Okay, we have about 10 seconds left on this candle right here. Then I'm going to make a small adjustment right here. Since this is the actual area. All right, so we have a pending sell signal right here, guys. Yeah, Maddie said, I don't like the squeeze, needs to be to break out. Exactly, Maddie. I see that too. Yeah, Maria said with the V1, there's a V1 variation right here, reversal pattern. So again, guys, you guys have to wait for this candle to close, right? I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that and you guys are actually waiting for it. So don't enter the trade yet. You know, there's a sell signal pending right here, but you have to wait for it to actually close. We have about 20 seconds left on this candle right here. I'm going to wait for it to close. I'm not going to enter anytime early. I'm going to wait for it to actually close because that sell signal could disappear at the very last second. And as it did right here, it just disappeared. All right, so there's no entry there again. I don't like the way the market's moving right here, guys. So I think I'm going to hold off on this, just like what Maddie said. So Maddie said over here, he said he's going to hold off unless the sell signal breaks out. And I agree with you too, Maddie. So unless price breaks down pretty far down here, I'm really not looking to take this entry because the signal here keeps disappearing. There's one here. There's about like 2 times it came up and it didn't actually close. So we are just waiting for this here to play out for the most part. All right. So we still don't have any entries here. All right, so price keeps bouncing around this area. I'm obviously not going to take a trade here. Price is pretty much just consolidating within these 2 areas here. So nothing to take right now. So let's see. Super Trader said, I heard you mention that strats are free. I just wanted to say if you're being transparent, yes, you were selling a product. You do not give these strats away for free. The strats are free, bro. Like the videos are completely free. You can create the indicators if you want, but odds are you're probably not going to put in the effort to make the indicators, right? So the strats are free. The indicators aren't. So I said the strats are free, right? Which they are. The videos have been up for years. So you can watch my videos here and you can reverse engineer the strategies if you wanted to. Odds are you're probably not going to do it because you're here trying to learn from me, right? So if you were like smart enough to do it yourself, you would have done it yourself. So the strats are free. The indicators are not free. Of course, I didn't work like, years and years and years of my life to create these indicators to just give them away for free. So it is free technically. You just don't have the indicators. Yeah, Maddie said, here we go again with the YouTube complainers, LOL. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Super Trader said, not trying to offend you at all, but this is not offered for free. I mean, the videos are offered for free, so it's all right. I'm not going to argue with like the freeloaders and the YouTube. So, I mean, the videos are free. So if you guys want to look at the strategies here, guys, YouTube over here is like literally all my strategies have been available. You can watch all my strategy videos here. If you want to reverse engineer any of my strategies, go ahead and do it. Odds are you're probably not going to get it down because I put these together in, I put these together over the years. So you can watch any of my strategies. They're literally all available for free. But if you're too lazy to like figure out what I'm doing here, then of course you're not going to be able to do it for free. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I know. C6 said, genuinely, we don't know why you bother with these guys. He's only distracting you. Don't bother. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just annoying when people try to butt in and it's not free. I mean, it's completely free. It's just if you don't have the indicators, then yeah, you can go and build the indicators if you want. But odds are it's not going to happen. Anyways, guys, there's no entries for us here. There's a higher high right here. Another possible opportunity for entry. But there is nothing for us to take here yet. So we got another higher high right there. As you guys can see, it's around the same level where it was earlier, above this point right here. Yeah, Ben Harwig said, good luck building your own indicator. Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to build your own indicator. You just have to have the logic. But it's hard to build the logic unless you know what you're looking for on the charts. Yeah, Jacob said, risking profits. Let's see. Jacob said, I'm doing a quick buy here. Okay, hopefully hits your TP, Jacob. So Jacob entered the buy real quick, and then he pulled out. Yeah, no, the price is kind of just going back and forth. I mean, where it's currently at right now. But we're just waiting for this here to play off this point. So we have a higher high right here. I'm looking for price to come back from where it's currently at. Looking for a sell signal here at break and close below the pivots. And then we're looking for entry here again. Let's see. Yeah, Lyric said, thanks for always being helpful and transparent. Nobody in the training community is as patient as how much you. Yeah, no, I mean, it's all good. I mean, this is why we closed the YouTube stream for a while, because we just always get trolls in the chat. But it's all good. I don't care. I'm making profits either way. Or the trolls are making profits or not. Yeah, Martha said close the YouTube. Too much loitering. Yeah, I mean, eventually. I just try to provide as much, value here, but it is what it is. All right, we have the higher high right here, guys, looking for the sell signal or break and close below the pivots right here, but we do not have any opportunity for entry. See, Allison says a high-low scalp strategy, not momentum one with regard to the high-low scalp strategy works for pretty much everything, Allison. You don't have to use a higher high or a lower low. I mean, the higher high and lower low is probably going to be, higher quality zone, but it's not required. You can use either one. But that's why you have to confirm the overall bias, Allison. So I think that's another thing that a lot of people are skipping the step with. It's the first requirement, confirming the overall bias. So yeah, looking over here for the overall bias, you have to look for that. So that's why the higher highs and the lower lows don't, the higher highs and the lower lows don't really matter, because if you have an overall bias, like if you have everything pointing towards a buy, you can pretty much take the trades off any of these higher highs or lower lows or lower highs. Like for right now, everything's pretty much bullish, right? So we have currently a strong bullish bias with regard to the overall trend. So looking over here on the lower time frames and the higher time frames, everything here is pretty much bullish, right? So looking here on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute time frames, everything's bullish. Looking over here on the 10, 5, and 1, also all bullish. So with that said, obviously if you take a buy here in whatever direction, if you take it at whichever high low, it's going to likely push above it. So for that that's where you would look for any highs to be broken. So we currently have a strong bullish trend. We also have a very strong bullish, not very strong fundamentals here. They're kind of high. They're up 86 points. Typically, if it's above 100 points, then that's going to be high. Right now, it's basically neutral to, it's bullish neutral at the moment. And then looking over here at sentiment, and sentiment here is pretty high as well, at 65% short. You pretty much have 3 biases confirmed. So everything here is pointing towards a buy. So if you were to see a high low here being broken, odds of it continuing up higher are very likely. Like I think the first one that came up was right here. There's one right there and there's one right here. Basically both of these over here, broken close past it. And you could have taken a buy there at any moment, whether for a discount or whether in the middle. And this right here is the opportunity for entry. So that is why you would take any like higher high, but you guys can see right here, like there's 2 opportunities. There's lower high here that which would have broken close, and also a higher high. So either one would have worked. Jacob said, for the love of God, I got stopped out again in profit. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Allison said, okay, it would just be invalid because right now market is ranging and nastiness. Yeah, for the most part, because price is kind of ranging right now. So that's like one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't have been taking any of these trades. I mean, there's no entries here to begin with. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't have been taking any of the high-low scalps at the moment, Allison, because typically you want it to be moving pretty consistent, right? You want it to be moving pretty smoothly, either to the upside or to the downside, so that you can take every pullback and every break and close past it as a possible entry for you. There's a possible entry right here, guys. There's a higher high. We're looking for the sell signal or break and close below the pivots. There was no sell signal there, so unfortunately no entry for us. We did have the higher high here. price broke and closed past the pivots right here, pivots 1 and 2, but there was no sell signal. So with that said, there's no entries for us to take here at the moment. Let's see. MXL said, hey guys, my trading view won't let me do the 10-minute chart. Any tips? Yeah. So to do the 10-minute chart, MXL, I don't know if you're on a free plan. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's available on the free plan. Click on this drop-down menu right here. Go to the bottom, type in 10, make sure it says minutes and click add. If you click down there, it's going to add to your list over here. Another way to do it is just click on your chart, type in a 10 on your keypad. It's going to say 10-minute interval right there. Click enter, and it's going to pull up on your chart. So there's two different ways to do it. You either click on your chart, type in 10, it's going to say change interval, hit enter. It's going to go to the 10-minute chart. If you want to open it on your list over here, you just go down to the bottom, type in 10 minutes, click add, and it'll show it right there. You can just click on it at that point. So there's two different ways to do it. Yeah, no problem, Allison. Sure. Perfect. All right, MXL, I got it. No problem. Yeah, I know it's something simple, but I know a lot of people don't understand how to do it because they don't really show you. They should have like a tutorial video. Well, I mean, I have a tutorial video. So if you guys want to learn like all the tools that are used here on TradingView, just go to the course, the free course, right? Again, free course, guys. So everything here, you go to the free course. I explain literally how to use TradingView. So TradingView platform right here, module 1.3. This is like the functions that I use. And then if you guys go over here down to the bottom, have a more so if you go down to TradingView tools and functions, I explain every single tool in TradingView. So yeah, if you want to see the tools that I use, it's right here in module 1, TradingView. You can watch that. It'll show the stuff that I use. And if you want to see every tool, just scroll down to the bottom where it says TradingView tools and functions, and I explain. It's like a 25-minute video. I explain like basically every button here. If you guys want to look at that. So yeah, it's all good, guys. Yeah, I know, Maddie. All right, guys. So we currently have a current lower low right here. So we're looking for price to push back above. Okay, so here's the problem with this right here, guys. We're probably not going to have an entry right now because we have a lower low, but we have a sell signal that's pending. So the sell signal here has not closed. I actually want this to close because we can't take any buys until we have a sell signal, right? There's no entry for us to take right here. I actually want the sell signal to close and push down a little lower, just a little lower, enough to push this lower low a little farther down. So with this over here, this is, I mean, that's exactly what we need to happen because we can't get a buy signal until we get a sell signal here. So we actually need the sell signal here to close and push down below. If this here does not close below, then we're not going to get a lower low because this is the problem. If we get a lower low here and we get a sell signal, there can't be any momentum signals in between, right? So look at the note down here, no other momentum signals in between the high low and the entry candle. All right, so this is perfect. This is what I wanted to happen here. We had price push below with the sell signal. Now we're looking for price to push back up with a buy signal. To continue back to the upside. So as you guys can see, price is just ranging. Here's the clean chart where there's not really much on the chart. As you guys can see, here's opening price right here is blue line. This is baseline. So as you can see, price kind of swings up, swings back down, swings back up, swings back down. I wouldn't be surprised if price, establishes some sort of low down here, and then it swings all the way back to the upside. Right. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right here. We currently have a lower low down here. Now at this moment, in order for us to have any type of entry, we need to look for a buy signal. So we have the lower low right here. you guys can see over here. So this is why I kind of extended it to the right and to the left, because you can see over here that there's a lot of fake outs that happen around these points, right? So this is kind of a good thing. So we have a fake out right here. And then price swings all the way back up. We got a fake out right here. And price swings all the way back up, right? So same thing with this here, same. We're looking for this to swing right back up. So we have this right here. We have a possible V1 variation. There's a double body rejection right here. And we're looking for this to, possibly make its way back up. So we have a lower low at that point, a V1 variation. If we get the candle here breaking close above the pivots with the buy signal, then possible entry for, a buy there. Hey, Brock, how's it going? Morning. Let's see if there's anything else right here. So there's no entry for us yet, but we're basically just waiting for that buy signal to come up. It's 7:40 right now, so we have about 20 minutes till 8. I'm hoping we get at least one more entry until then, but if we don't, then it's completely fine. We're not going to force anything here, especially on a day like this where the market's not necessarily moving too smoothly. All right, here's some more profits from Maddie. Maddie's currently up 2,147 for the week. Nice work, Maddie. I know, right, Frederick? Brock's been gone for a minute. So good to see Brock back here. Brock probably had his wife change all his passwords again. Man, that's actually a good idea though, Brock. Because now that she's changed your passwords, when you log out, you can't log back in. And it prevents you from over trading and revenge trading. All right, guys, so price is pushing down a little lower. This is completely fine. So we have this zone over here marked up. It's fine if price pushes down a bit lower because it's going to establish another, fake out right here again. So like, for example, over here, here's the fake out. Here is another fake out. And I wouldn't mind if that happens again right here. If price breaks past this structure, provides a fake out again right here, and then it just continues pushing up higher. So we have a lower low right here. I'm fine if price comes back below here and provides another swing to the upside. Either way, you guys can see the setup right here. So we still have the structure here that's built up. Even if this here doesn't fake out, we still have a double bottom. So we got, or a triple bottom actually, there's 3 wicks right here, retesting the zone. It's not even a real zone. It's pretty much just this lower low area. So we got a wick rejection here, wick rejection here, wick rejection here. And this can easily, bounce from this point if necessary. But again, I don't like how these candles here are moving. So typically whenever we have these entries, guys, if you guys remembered our entry from earlier today, we typically want this push to happen right away. So as you can see, price is pretty much going sideways where it's currently at. This isn't the type of setup that we like. I won't shy away from it, but this is typically the setup that's a little bit of a risky entry point because you want to have that push up like right away after the floor has been established, because that's where we get the volume, right? We get the floor established, but again, right here, there's a double bottom rejection. Pending sell signal, we have about 10 seconds left on this candle here. If this closes above possible entry, but if it doesn't, then, again, we have to wait for this to set up again. We got 4 seconds left, no entry there. All right, so I need this to really break out above. Just like what Maddie mentioned earlier, we can't have a soft candle here just close like slightly. It needs to actually close above it and actually push through. Because if it doesn't push through here, there's not going to be room for entry. So pending buy signal right here. We have 30 seconds left on this candle. So we really need some volume here to pick up. Let me check the volume down below. Volume is actually really low. So I don't know if this will shoot up like it needs to. We got 10 seconds left. Unless we get a big push on that last 5 seconds, there's not going to be any entry here. Nope. No entry. All right, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to take this entry, guys. As you guys can see, price is pretty much going sideways. In order for us to have entry here, we need this lower high to be knocked out as well. So, I mean, we'll follow it. I'll see if it pushes up, high enough to provide entry for us. But just looking at where price is currently at right now, as you guys can see, the volume here is very low. So whenever price comes and touches the pivot right here, it just gets knocked right back down. Let's see. That's an interesting thing that I just noticed right now. So like I noticed that when price comes and retests the pivots over here, if the volume is like below average, it typically comes down. Or even if volume is above average. I don't know, I might just be seeing things. Sometimes when you guys are looking for a trade like really badly, you start to see things that aren't even there. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of just trying to, I'm looking for some type of entry to take, but I'm seeing stuff myself. I'm gonna turn off the volume bars. This is why it's a lot easier to just trade with less things on the chart, or not less things on the chart, but like with less things to focus on. Like for the strategy here, it's not very difficult. Like I drew zones here, but you don't really need the zones. I think the zones do help a little bit when identifying certain, price structure where price is likely to bounce, but it's not really necessary. That's why I like the strategy. It only requires like 3 main requirements: looking for a higher high, lower low, identify break and close past structure, and momentum. So looking at this here, there's no entry for us anymore, guys. This right here is a higher low. In order for us to have an entry, price needs to break and close below this point, establish a new lower low, and then push back up from that point there. Just nothing for us to take at the moment. It's kind of frustrating waiting for this, but it's okay. You guys can't get let the emotions get the best of you. I know sometimes you guys will get frustrated waiting for these entries, and don't worry, because I get frustrated too. It's nothing new. Frustration goes hand in hand with trading, especially if you've been waiting for an entry for a while. The good thing for today is that we have 2 like pretty much wins already for the day. Only one's going to count, but we have 2 wins for the day. And I mean, that's pretty much all that we have for now. We have about 14 minutes left until 8, guys. I'm not going to trade after 8 today because we already had our winning trades. The only time I stay after 8 is typically when we don't have a trade for the entire morning session. Other than that, let me check over here real quick and I'll see if there's anything else that that could be pushing the market around. I mean, I feel like the market is kind of just flattening out right now because of the inflation news that's coming out tomorrow. We have CPI, core CPI, monthly and yearly tomorrow. So if you guys have been following the news, there was some intel that leaked from the Pentagon over the weekend. It's kind of tying in with the war in Russia. So, I mean, obviously it's going to affect the market one way or another, but we'll see what happens from there. All right, so we have another lower low right here, guys. This is kind of what I was expecting. So as you guys can see, I circled the fake outs over here. I'm fine with like price actually faking out down here. Like I'm okay with that because it's just the same pattern repeating itself. Price breaks and close past the structure, fake out, it shoots right back up. Price comes back down right here, fake out down here, shoots right back up. So I'd be okay if price fakes out right here. Again, it's basically 3 fake outs. And I'd be okay with it shooting up from where it's currently at because we only need 100 pips, right? We don't need a really big move. We just need enough for us to get in and out of this position here. So if price pushes back up from where it's currently at, I'm completely fine with that. We just got to wait for that confirmation. So looking over here real quick, let's take a look at fundamentals again. Fundamentals are currently back down. They're down they're up 30 points. So they're pretty neutral at the moment. It was up 80 points earlier, but it dropped down pretty heavily over the past 10 minutes or so. Looking over here at retail sentiment is still pretty much at the same level. It's currently 66% short. Here we go as price pushes up. If we get a buy signal here, guys, possible entry. But again, we have to wait for that confirmation here. So we don't have the buy signal yet, but that is what we are looking for here. We have 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's take a look at all the time frames. Everything here is pretty much bullish, but everything started to, aside from the 1 minute. So the 1 minute's no longer bullish. The 5 and 10 are pretty much neutral. 5, 10, and 30 minute time frames are neutral. 1 hour and 4 hour is still bullish. So we got about 10 seconds left on this candle. Again, guys, you have to wait for the candle to actually close with a buy signal. If there's no buy signal, no entry. I think there's going to be a buy signal on this candle right here. If price pushes back up, there you go with the buy signal. So as I mentioned, guys, with my indicators, I created these indicators for a reason, right? I know when the buy signal is coming. So if you guys want to go and create your own indicators, you're completely fine to do that. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it took me years to create these indicators. So, I mean, if you guys want to go and create your own indicators, that's completely fine. But, if you want to go straight to the source, it's available to you. So anyways, right here, we have a current buy signal that's pending. If this here breaks and closes past it and closes with the signal, possible entry for a buy. But, again, you guys have to wait for it to actually close, right? So if it starts to get choppy towards the last couple of seconds, I'm probably going to hold off. I'm going to wait for it to pull back a little bit and I'll look for entry. But I'm probably not going to enter it right away, because you can see right here that it keeps disappearing. I don't like entering candles like that because it's very unpredictable. All right, it's a possible entry right there. Let me see if I actually was able to get into it, guys. And I know I said I was going to hold off on it, but I was able to get into it because I actually waited for it and it closed. So let me see if I could, I got to pull out of this if it ends up kind of bouncing around a bit. So I need to set an alert right there. I was waiting for it to pull back, but now is another opportunity. The candle just looked really good when it closed, so I just entered right away. So I'm in the position, just waiting for it to move. Once it moves, I'm going to go and just follow it. If it hits TP on TradingView, but not on my MT4, I'm just going to pull out. So just FYI, guys, just make sure to wait for it. I just like the setup here. The setup kind of played out perfect. It had the fake out right here set up, just like over here. And I expect it to push up. Probably not going to be a smooth move, but I do expect it to push up. Reason for it to push up is because everything's pretty much bullish still in my opinion. Looking over here on the higher time frames, I think eventually, if it pulls back a little bit, it may pull back, but I think eventually it'll swing, to the upside with time. So looking over here, retail sentiment is currently still pretty nice. 65% short. Fundamentals are still bullish, but they're neutral bullish. I don't think there's any news today or right now, actually. Yeah, there's no news until like 10:30, until the Fed speaks. Let's see, just looking around here to see if there's anything else for us to look at. Looks like the volume just pretty much died down right now. It's still moving. It's in profit right now, but the volume here just kind of died down a bit. Price is pushing up right there. 652. We have about 8 minutes till 8. There you go, guys. Full TP. I had to pull out of that. I'm not going to be holding on to that for too long. So this thing here blasted through my TP. I was trying to hold on to it till full TP on MT4, but it just kept flickering yellow. And I just pulled out for profit. So if you guys pulled out, great. Little to no drawdown on that trade. But I just didn't want to hold on to it for too long because we're getting close to 8 o'clock. Market starts to move a little funky around 8. So I just pulled out right there once it hit TP. Locked in 760, slightly below full TP, but it's all good. So if you guys took it, great work. If you guys didn't, it's okay. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. It's 7:53 right now, getting close to 8 o'clock. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done for the day. So let me go and just take my screenshots right here. Here's Jacob. Jacob took that buy with us right there. Total profit of about 10,000 for the day. Nice work, Jacob. All wins. So solid work right there, Jacob. Huge profit. Here's a Barack. So Barack took that trade with us as well. Nice work, Barack. Total profit of 1,129 for the day. Great work, Barack. Yeah, if you guys have more profit to post up, feel free to post them up. I'm gonna take a screenshot of all my accounts right now, and then we'll wrap this up for the day. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm here to help you guys out. Whatever you guys need help with, feel free to put your questions. I mean, your questions are probably gonna help me too, so it goes both ways. If you have a question, feel free to ask. It's gonna just make me better at trading, make us all better. Sometimes people have like really interesting questions that I would never think of, and it just makes, it starts to make sense for us. So all right, I'm gonna take my individual profits and I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, it's going to get this wrapped up right here. FTMO, solid profit there. FTMO number 2. Yeah, I didn't make any Jacob profits today, but I made some pretty decent ones. Yeah, you guys will see, I don't really take too much risk on my account. Like typically I don't lose very often, and I also don't, I don't make a crazy amount, but I do make pretty decent, and it's consistent. I think that's the main thing. Main thing with a lot of people is like finding consistency. So it's like, it's hard to have best of both worlds unless, you're at that caliber of trading. So just keep that in mind, guys. I think the main thing that you guys should focus on is consistency. The profits are going to come regardless. So don't try to force anything or rush anything or try to trade some way that you're not good at trading. Just focus on what you're good at and get better at it. Anyways, let me go and post some of my profits real quick. All right, here's my main account. Here's my FTMO number 2, MFF number 1, MFF number 2, and MFF number 3. All right, so let's go over my profits real quick before we wrap this up. All right, here's my main account locked in 2,480. This is the one with the green strip. So I locked in that full TP earlier. I had to pull out of this one early because I just didn't like the way the market was moving. It did hit TP. It just didn't trigger my TP on MT4, which is, it's been the issue for the past couple of weeks. It's all good. Profit's profit, locked in 2,480 off my FTMO number 1. Here's my FTMO number 2, locked in 2,480 as well. That's crazy. These two lined up. So these are different profits. As you guys can see, I locked in 760 on this one, and I locked in 660 on this one. So the profits lined up total, but there's different profits across both the accounts. Here's my MFF number 1, total profit of 1,480. All wins right there. Partial profits. As you guys can see, I'm locking in half profits on all my MFF accounts for whatever reason. This was the issue with TFF before. I'm hoping this gets fixed at some point, but at the moment, I just got to deal with it. Here's my MFF number 2, total profit of 1,530. And then my MFF number 3, total profit of 1,530. Scrolling down real quick, let's see Christian over here, total profit of 505 for the day. Nice work, Christian. I know Jacob added to my profits. He said you made 9,500, Sean. Yeah, so I basically made, about the same amount as you, just across all my accounts. So yeah, we still locked in some pretty solid stuff here. So here's Jacob over here. He said since he started trading with us, he locked in a total profit of over 100K. That's crazy, right, Jacob? That leap of faith really paid off. So, I'm glad to have Jacob with us here. I'm sure all you guys are happy to have Jacob here with us. And yeah, great profit so far. 100K trading with us for, just a couple months. Here's Patricia, total profit of let's see, well over 2,000 for the day. 610 on this account, 1,605 off this one, 535 on this one. Great work, Patricia. Nice profits across all your accounts. Here's Chow, total profit of 2,490 for the day. So great work right there, Chow. All wins. Here's Madhu. Just demo trades again today, working on his patience. His MC4 didn't pull him out in profit on the first trade that I took. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like that first trade we took earlier, you know, that trade was kind of unusual. That's why I didn't count the trade. It did hit TP for me. I mean, technically, it didn't give me a green strip, but it did hit TP. But it's all good, Nelly. Good thing you're practicing on your demo, because you know that could have like thrown your account off a little bit. Looking over here, Brock, total profit of 2,062 for the day. Nice work, Brock. So great work right there. Solid profits for the day so far, and I think that's about it. So if you guys have more profits in place, you know, feel free to send them out. Otherwise, let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. All right, so other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that we're missing. Glenn got his profits. Amar Svazagon. Satyam said, just wanted to check the current win rate of the high-low scalp at the moment. I mean this month, only if you have time. So I'm not doing any more back test of it, Satyam, but if, you know, for this month so far for the official trades, currently, I don't think we have any losses, right? Let me check real quick. Might have one. Yeah, actually, we don't have any losses for this month so far. So basically, all of the ones that we've taken for this month during the live sessions, we took 5 trades last week, April week 1, for the first week of April, 5 wins and 0 losses. And then this week we had about, I don't know, like 2 trades this week, I think. Or did we have one yesterday? I think we had one yesterday, no? Actually, I don't know if we had one yesterday. So we had no trades yesterday, and then we had 2 trades today. So we have 7 wins and 0 losses for the month so far, because we had 5 from last week, and then we have 2 from this week so far. All wins. So, yeah, I'm not doing the back test anymore. Like it's just too time consuming, and it's not really necessary. So I'm not really doing the back test, but we're going to be keeping track of like all of the actual trades that we take here on the live session. So 7 wins, 0 losses for this week. Jacob said he's been here for 3 weeks, bro, not a couple months. Maybe worth noting. Yeah, so Jacob, so here's just a clarification. So Jacob's only been in the group for about 3 weeks. So he's been trading with us here on the live session for about 3 weeks. Of course, he's been adding his own trades into there. He's also taking bigger lot sizes on his personal account. And yeah, he's locked in a total profit of 101,323 in just 3 weeks here. So amazing work right there, Jacob. You know, thanks for clarifying. It feels like you've been here longer. I know we've been talking for longer, but you've been in the group, you know, officially only for about 3 weeks. Here's my brother Justin over here, total profit 1,119 for the day. Nice work, Justin. All wins. So I think that's about it. Yeah, Jacob said he's been on the YouTube since August of last year, and then he finally, you know, joined the group officially about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, great work, Jacob. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. You can message me on Telegram at Kodi Kai Trades, or you guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com. Let's see. One last question from Lyric. Lyric's asking a question: how far are we allowed to backtest trading view with a 1 minute? I don't know exactly how far, but I think it's about a month, because for my backtest, I was able to do the entire month of March. So it's about a month, if not like 3 weeks. It depends on your broker too. So if you're using YM, I think it's about a month. If you're using something else like currency.com, it's probably a little longer, but I would just stick to YM if you have the data. So